Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's flight out of San Luis. Take your pick. I got one of them right, I hope. Anyway, we're departing out of San Luis Airport, out of California, PilotEdge coverage area. And it's a beautifully done airport in X-Plane. The airport itself has some really nice modeling to it, and it just happens to be a really nice set of textures surrounding it as well. So we're enjoying this beautiful bird's eye view of the airport that we'll be departing from. Zoom in a little bit more to the airport itself, and you can see it's decorated with a whole bunch of nice details surrounding buildings, hangars, and so on. So we're parked not too far from the tower, right along the airport fence. And we're going to do this as a VFR flight with flight following. We're going to be close to the border of the PilotEdge coverage area, so we might get kicked off for a few minutes. But we'll see how that works out. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and jump in the aircraft. We already have our flight plan filed. And we have everything submitted that we need. We're connected to the network itself. We just have to get this aircraft going. We are, of course, looking at the Beechcraft Bonanza made by Coronado and tied down with the enhancements provided by the SimCoder's Reality Expansion Pack. So really cool airplane and a cool accessory that makes the airplane even more realistic. As far as the Reality Enhancements Pack, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Flown many flights with it so far, and I keep learning some new things. So I think it's definitely worth checking out. Anyway, why don't we go ahead and jump in the airplane, get this thing going. So let's go ahead and work the let's see, we're going to work the walk around so that we could untie the airplane, and we're going to disconnect that column for now so that we can get access to our switches. Now let's have a look. Actually, let's check the fuel levels first. We're going to go to the weight and balance. Excuse me, the tanks. Let's go ahead and put in 30 gallons each in each tank here. Got that, and we got that, and then we'll hit apply. Okay, good deal. And we'll see that once we turn on some master switch to get electrical power. We'll see those gauges come alive. So let's go ahead and do what we gotta do. So pilot's operator handbook is in the airplane. Parking brake is set. Yeah, looking good. Avionics power switch is off. Ignition switch is off. Landing gear lever is down. Master switch is coming on. Okay. And I'm already looking at the fuel gauges. They're both equal. Low voltage and alternator out warning lights on, but not modeled. Landing gear lights green, so we're going to turn on the avionics master to actually see that the landing gear lights are green. There is a separate switch to test it, but it's not active at this time. There's a test switch over here that does not let you do anything with it yet. Let's see. Quantity indicators are equal. Masters, flaps. Let's go full down. Okay. And master switch is coming off. Oops. Okay, good deal. Trim controls are neutral. Now we're outside doing our walk around. Starting at point number 2. Come out over here. Badge compartment door is closed. Static port is clear. And let's go ahead and check our elevator. The actual surfaces are looking smooth, no dents, no rivets popped. All the static wicks are attached. Okay. ELT is somewhere back here. We've checked that. Position light looking good. No cracks. Everything's good. Okay. We'll check their rudder surfaces and freedom of movement. Looking good. Oh, the tie down was not put on here. So we took it off. Okay. Cabin air intake looking good. Clear. No problem. No birds hanging around in there. Static port on this side, which is further down, is unobstructed. All the antennas are attached. Let's make sure that the flap has the proper amount of play. Yes, it does. Aileron. Let's make sure that moves nicely and there's nothing wrong with it. Looking good. Tie down. Let's go ahead and take that off. Pitot tube. We'll take that off as well, the cover. Looks like it's nice and clear. No insects inside of there. Wheel well door, tire strut check. Everything's looking good. Proper amount of compression. Pressure looks good. No puddles near and around. Let's take off the chocks. And we'll do the same thing with the front wheel. We have doors are looking okay. Nothing bent. Nothing loose. Our oleo strut is looking nice and properly extended. Tire pressure looking good. There's a whole checklist of items that are further in detail than this in the POH that's supplied with the airplane that go through like what to check. So if you want to get more details, it's in there. All right, we're going to remove the cover and check the prop. Make sure there's no dings, cuts, nicks in the prop blade. Lights are looking good. Intake is all clear. Right landing gear strut looking good. Everything's fine there. Let's take off our chocks. And let's take down this tie down. Check our aileron. Alright, we're looking good there. Check this flap. No issues there. Alright, let's jump back in the airplane. Cool. So, let's go ahead and bring up the POH again. And our seats are in the correct position and locked. Seat backs are upright. Parking brake was set before. All avionics are currently off, which includes our transponder. Circuit breakers are in, not modeled. Landing gear lever is down. Cowl flaps are open. Yes. Light switches are all off. Good. Electric elevator trim off, not modeled. Fuel selector valve to the full extent, fullest tank, which they're both equal. We verified that before, so battery switch and alternator switch is coming on. Fuel quantity indicators check. Yep, they are both showing that we have fuel and are equal. Beacon light is coming on. I'm just going to turn on the instrument lights just so that we have a good look at them. Alright. Okay, starting the engine. So we're going to set the mixture, which is located down over here, to full rich. Propeller, high RPM. So the blue knob is pushed in, prop knob. And throttle full open. And then we're going to, engine's not hot, so auxiliary pump, we're going to turn that on until the fuel flow peaks and then off. So here's your fuel flow over here. Let's go ahead and fire that up. Okay, looking good. Then we're going to take the throttle, put it back to about 1/4 inch. And then we're going to go over to our starter And we're going to run the starter. Hopefully the engine starts right up. Yeah, we're looking good there. Okay, and the airplane's not rolling away on us. I've done that a couple of times where I thought the parking brake was set. Start the engine, and I'm still looking down. All of a sudden, the airplane's bumping along in the grass. Probably took out some taxi lights. Not a good deal. Throttle, 1200 RPM. Oil pressure, check in the green. We're looking good. External power hadn't been turned on. Not engaged. Alternator switch we had turned on before. And we do show that we are charging on the ammeter. Let's put the RPMs back to about 1,000. Okay. And all engine indications are looking normal for the phase of, or rather the stage that we are past engine start. Everything's still kind of cold. Let's see, where are we? Starter energized light is off. So here it is, not modeled yet, and it's off. Okay, cool. AVX equipment are coming on. Flaps up. Okay. You didn't hear the flap motor because it's simulating that with the engine running you wouldn't hear it. I'm also going to turn on my transponder. Okay. Let that thing's get going. And then
San Luis ground, Pilatus,
taxi
November
instructions.
2134 Yankee, standing
Taxi
by ready to copy IFR clearance
items which we're not ready for yet.
Ontario.
So we already filed our flight plan, and I plan to climb to
Pilatus 2134 Yankee, San Luis ground. I don't see anything filed in for a route. Were you just looking for direct?
Yeah, we just filed direct today.
Pilatus 34 Yankee, roger, clearance on request, standby.
Palomar ground, Duke 157 Juliet Tango at the general aviation ramp, ready to taxi with the numbers.
Duke 157 Juliet Tango, Palomar ground, runway 24, taxi via Alpha.
Cool.
Duke
So
Alpha,
we can already hear ATC is up and running.
LAX Tower number 44734 and Mike Tech, please.
Number 44734, loud and clear.
Thank you.
So let's have a look at all the frequencies that we're going to need. This is the route that we're taking. And basically, let's have a look at that. So we're going to depart out of San Luis, out of the airport here. And let's go ahead and zoom in. Basically, we're going to follow this road. Once we take off, probably runway 29. Okay. We're going to come across this route here. We might even cross before turning. And then I guess this is the actual town of San Luis Obispo. And sorry to all you native Californians that I'm offending with my pronunciation of your towns out here, but I'm taking guesses here. Anyway, so at one point we're going to basically follow this road to the north, and then when we come up toward Paso Robles, hopefully we'll see the airport, but we're going to be following the road. We're going to see this congested area I'm going to look for, and then we're going to make this turn on this road before the airport and head east. Eventually that'll become a more developed, defined road of, looks like two ways, more like a highway looking area. Basically we're just going to kind of hook around this higher terrain, come back, follow these main roads, follow Route 5. And we'll go over this in more detail as we are actually flying the airplane. Head back to the south, in and over the mountains. Come by a few lakes, different lakes and stuff, into another congested area, Santa Clarita. And then we will hook around and go over toward Agua Dulce and land there. So hopefully we'll do it correctly. Hopefully the worst part of the flight is my pronunciation of everything. Anyway, so now we have an idea of what this looks like.
John Wayne Tower 066903 Charlie ILS is your ride.
Let's go ahead and put up
Little
our
Line is your right, 9 to Charlie.
Airport diagram. So I already picked up the ATIS. It was information. Romeo, was it? Let's have a look. Looks like Juliet. So at least we know what to call in with. And then we're going to contact ground on 121.6. So we might as well go ahead and set that up. Excuse me. Alright, and then I'm going to switch this over to COM 2. And then the tower frequency here, which I already have in there, is 124.0. And then I'm going to put in for now, I had pulled up off of the airport facility directory page. There, we have LA departure and Santa Barbara departure, 127.725. I'm going to put that in there for now.
X-ray. Santa Barbara Tower, sorry about that, we're having a small issue here. Runway 25 clear. Correction. Hold short, runway 25, waiting high-fire release.
5?
They might change that on us, though. Okay. Alright, so I have the frequencies I need in the meantime just to depart here on flight following Class Delta airspace and pick up some flight following, hopefully.
Fox Tower 536 Papa Kilo at Trinnell.
Let's go back over here and let's go back. Actually, no, we do need
536 Papa Kilo Tower, runway 24, cleared land.
this.
Clear to land on 24536 Papa Kilo.
This.
Las Vegas 1, Iberia 347, Terminal Delta, ready to taxi with information out.
Number 157, Tango Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24, 7 Juliet Tango.
San Luis ground, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. Information Juliet would like to pick up flight following to Agua Dulce.
Iberia 347, lost ground, runway 1 right at Bravo,
Bravo,
taxi via Charlie, Charlie 5 Bravo.
Charlie 5, Charlie, Iberia 347.
Iberia 347, say again, you guys have fun.
Taxi via Charlie, Charlie 5 Bravo for runway 1 right, Iberia 347.
One 57 Juliet Tango, contact SoCal departure.
Oh, it's departure, 7 Juliet Tango.
Call it another second if they don't say anything.
Santa Barbara Tower, number 2 X-ray. I've been holding short for runway 25. Ready for takeoff when you are.
Number 92 X-ray, hold short, runway 5, still waiting for your departure release.
Number 92 X-ray, holding short.
San Luis ground to Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo requesting VFR flight following to Agua Dulce.
Alright, November 92 X-ray, cross runway 25 right and runway 15 left, taxi via Gulf Alpha Bravo.
November 2 X-ray, I'm sorry, you sound broke up. Can you repeat that, please?
November 92 X-ray, I need to reposition you to a different runway. Taxi to runway 15 left via Juliet Gulf Alpha Bravo, cross runway 25.
November 9 X-ray, I think I heard taxi to runway 15 via Juliet, Golf, Alpha, Bravo.
902 X-ray, that was correct. Cross runway 25 and it's 15 left.
Cross runway 25 to runway 15, cross via Juliet, Golf, Alpha, Bravo.
And number 92 X-ray, that's runway
Look, we have another
15
airplane over
left
here.
for departure. There are 2 runway 15s at Santa Barbara. 15 left.
Let's double check and see if I know this person.
Taxi via Juliet, Golf, Alpha, Bravo for runway 15, November 92 X-ray.
Cameo Tower, Malibu 256 Zulus, about 9 miles out. Full stop.
Nope, don't know who that is.
Number 256, Zulu Tower, make straight in runway 26, report 2 mile final.
Make
A lot of
straight
people on.
in 26, we'll 2 mile final. Good day. Or 56 Zulu.
Number 576, Tango Bravo, Lewis ground, I have your request.
Taxi.
Last aircraft calling for TAC, call sign only.
JetBlue 447.
Okay, so they acknowledged
JetBlue
us.
447, Los Angeles ground, rate
Basically
24
just
left,
said
taxi
that
via
our
Delta 10 Echo
request is
Victor.
on standby.
24 left via Delta 10 Echo Victor, Delta 447.
So that's good.
Sorry, JetBlue 447.
Santa Barbara ground, Cessna 2809 Kilo, request taxi for departure.
No problem.
Alright, November 902 Extra, you're seeing the wrong way on Bravo. You need to be northbound on Bravo to 15 left.
November 92 X-ray, I'll do that. Turn around.
Alright, number 576 Tango Bravo, Sinless ground, go with your request.
Roger, just requesting a flight following to Agua Dulce. Gonna head northerly and then east before heading toward the south.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, roger. Departure frequency 120.55, squawk 4066, advise ready taxi.
Contact departure 12055 and squawk 4066 576 Tango Bravo.
576 Tango Bravo, 4066, 4066.
Roger, squawk 4066 576 Tango Bravo. Okay.
San
So
Luis
let's
ground, 2134 Yankee.
get back in the airplane.
2134 Yankee, your clearance is on request. Be about a minute.
Santa Barbara Tower,
120.55.
0615 Mike Bravo, with you 1800, established on the localizer.
For 615 Mike Bravo, Santa Barbara Tower, good afternoon, runway 7, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 7, by Mike Bravo.
November 902 X-ray, tack northbound on Bravo, hold short 25.
November 92 ATAC from North Bravo, hold runway 25.
It's San Luis ground, 2134 Yankee. We can depart in VFR and pick up our clearance in the air if that's easier for you.
And November 2134 Yankee. It'll be about a minute. The departure controller is busier than I am, so I'll get your clearance on the ground.
Roger that.
Okay.
56 Zulus on 2 mile final, roll
Now
26.
we can see. Okay, so
Number 256 Zulu, Cameo Tower, runway
let's double
26,
check
clear to land.
that we just hit the top of the
26, clear
hour.
to
So
land.
let's see if the
56 Zulu.
Dual approach runway 25.
we're just going to see if the
29er
information
in
changed.
use. Departing runway 25. 29er.
Santa Barbara
Read back all
ground,
runway
Cessna
assignments
2809
and
Kilo,
hold short
request taxi
instructions.
for departure.
Advise on initial contact you have Kilo.
Kilo.
San Luis County Regional Information Kilo. 2256 Zulu.
Number 2809 Kilo, Santa Barbara ground, are you departing VFR?
That's affirmative, 2809 Kilo.
I'm going to split my screen
Kilo.
here.
Verify
I'm
type
gonna
craft,
take
say direction of flight,
my
please.
Type
airport
aircraft,
diagram
Cessna
page and pull
152,
it separately.
direction of flight northwest for local VFR.
That way, when I listen to his taxi instructions, I can see the airport diagram at the same time.
Departure, fly runway heading, maintain VFR below 1,500, departure frequency 120.55, squawk 7034.
Maintain runway headings at or below 1500. Frequency 120.55, squawk 7034.
Let's make sure that we're on ground.
2809 kilo.
Number 2809 kilo, your read is correct. You said you're ready to taxi.
Oh yeah, we are on ground. I forgot we don't have clearance
That's
delivery here.
2809 kilo.
Number 2809 kilo, runway 25. Correction, runway 15 right via Charlie.
15 right via Charlie, 09 kilo.
Number 2, correction, number 9 straight cross runway 25, no delay, landing traffic.
November 92 X-ray cross runway 5.
Number 92 X cross runway 25, no delay, please.
November 9 X-ray cross runway 25, no delay.
St. Louis ground, 576 Tango Bravo, ready to taxi with information, Kilo.
576 Tango Bravo, stand ground, runway 29er, taxi via Alpha.
Taxi via Alpha 29er, 576 Tango Bravo.
Los Angeles Tower, W447, runway 24 left for departure.
So basically what we're doing is
W447, Los Angeles Tower, runway 24 left, clear for takeoff.
we're like in this area over here. We're going to roll out Alpha
Number 2134 Yankees available,
to 29. Simple enough.
Ready to copy, 34 Yankee.
So let's get it going.
213 Yankee, clear to the Ontario Airport via fly runway heading. Radar appears San Marcos, Victor 1.
Okay, so taxi checklist, well not checklist, but from the POH. Brakes, release then check,
San Luis
and
ground,
lights is
you cut out there,
required.
213 Yankee.
Let's go ahead and put our taxi that's coming on. You know, let's see. Okay, I'll take care of that.
Flight Street 4 Yankee, looks like that controller's net connection just disappeared. You cleared to the Ontario Airport. And let's see, it's fly runway heading radio vector San Marcos, Victor 186. It's me. Victor 264. Pomona, VOR. Victor 197. Paradise, direct. Maintain 3000. Expect 7000 5 minutes after departure. Launch frequency
Windsock is
120.55.
relatively
5176.
active there.
213 for Yankee is cleared to the Ontario Airport via fly runway heading San Marcos, Victor 186. It's me, Victor 264. Pomona, Victor 197. Paradise, climb maintain 3000. Expect 7000 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 12055. Squawk 5176.
Santa Barbara Tower, Sirius 321 Golf Kilo, currently naps inbound on the ILS for runway 7, 1,700 descending on
Sirius
the slope.
321 Golf Kilo, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 7, clear to land.
Santa Barbara Tower, Cessna 2809 kilo, holding short runway 15 right at Charlie.
Okay. Sirius 1 Golf Kilo, runway 7, cleared to land.
Runway 7, cleared to land, 321 Golf Kilo.
Remember 09 Kilo, if you hear me issue a landing clearance from another plane, you might want to wait for him to read it back.
Say again, please, 09 kilo.
Back, right.
Cameron, good afternoon, VC Cessna, Skyhawk 172 November 8090901, requesting VFR departure to the southeast.
We're going to pull up over here and just do a quick run up.
Rate 0991, ground runway 26, taxi via Foxtrot Alpha.
Foxtrot Alpha, runway 26, and confirm we're departing to the southeast.
Rate 0991, I got your request. November 25 Signal, welcome to Camarillo, taxi to parking via Bravo Foxtrot, remain this frequency.
Parking via Bravo Foxtrot, this frequency. Have a good one.
Uh-oh, we're taking out some lights.
Santa Barbara Tower, number 92 X-ray,
runway 15 left, clear for takeoff, no delay.
Ready for takeoff.
Okay, let's go ahead and lock the brake.
Number 1, correction, number 9 X-ray, you blocked me. Runway 15 left, cleared for takeoff, no delay.
Number
Alright.
92 X-ray, clear for takeoff, runway 15.
Anybody else coming just yet? No.
Palm Springs clearance delivery.
Okay, let's go on to the next page here. Before takeoff, seatbelts and shoulder harnesses, check. Parking brake is set. Radios, check.
513 Tango
Engine
Mike,
instruments,
request.
check. We're looking good. Everything's in the green.
Area 347, one left, one right at Bravo, ready for
throttle 1700 RPMs. So let's go ahead and do that.
Number 321 Golfo, runway 25 clear, land, hold short 15 left.
Okay. Propeller exercise to obtain a 300 to 400 RPM drop. So basically we're going to pull the prop lever back.
Number 46 Pop Alpha, flat approach as published, contact Santa Barbara departure.
Contact Santa Barbara, line Mr. Departure published.
Problems there?
46 Pop Alpha. Santa Barbara
Tower,
Tower,
good afternoon. This is
209
Skyhawk
kilo,
November 80901. Holding short runway Q6 ready for deployment.
Running X-ray contact.
So looks like our constant prop is working.
Luminal 2X over departure.
Then we have magneto check.
Remember 80901 Amarillo Tower, runway 26.
So we're going to go ahead and check the right magneto. We should see at least a 50 RPM drop, not more than 125 RPM drop.
Las Vegas Tower, Iberia 347, one right,
Okay.
Bravo.
It looks like just about 75 to 100 RPMs.
Departure depth 4%.
Iberia 347 Las Vegas Tower,
Let's go ahead and try the left one.
Takeoff.
One right,
Thankfully it came back up after the right one. And we have the drop there as well.
We're about 7 out on a visual to 20 right.
And we're back up to 1700 RPMs. Very good.
Got them
Mixture
66 John Wayne Tower, good afternoon, runway 20 right, third land.
Let's get back down to
Clear
about
land 20
1000
right, got
RPMs.
66.
Number 321 Golf, where are you parking?
Okay. We're going to set up our trim for... now, we only have the... we're by ourselves, 200-pound pilot up front. I'm going to put our trim... Nobody's in the back seat, so we're going to put the trim... The instructions say 3 degrees nose up if only front seats are occupied.
Tower, runway 15 right, clear for takeoff.
So I could put it like that. I don't want the nose to go up
15 right,
prematurely.
clear for takeoff.
I found that if I put it at full 3 degrees,
321 Kilo.
just my body weight up
Santa
there,
Barbara
it
Tower,
starts to come up a little bit. So I don't know. Let's give that a shot. See how it works today.
Loud and clear.
And
So trim is set. Flaps are
no response.
up.
Left turn Mike and taxi to parking via Mike Charlie monitor ground.
Roger,
Mixture
left
full
turn on
rich.
Mike,
Brakes released.
321
Instruments
Golf
check.
Kilo.
So we're going to do that in just a second. And we're up to the takeoff portion. Just let's brief this real quick. On the takeoff, we're going to set takeoff power. We'll retract the landing gear once we have a positive rate. Determine there's no more usable runway. And we'll establish our climbing speed of it going to cross at least we're going to rotate it about 70 knots at 77. We're going to determine that we at least have that. And we're going to go to 96 for the VY.
Mike,
then we'll eventually go to 107 for our best cruise, our cruise climb rather. Once in the climb, 500 feet above the airport elevation, so about 850 feet. We'll then do 25 inches manifold pressure, 2500 RPMs, 25 squared basically. And then we'll monitor our engine temperature, power settings, mixture, and then we'll level off cruise. We'll come back. I do anticipate that we're going to climb at about 1,000 feet per minute, so let's go ahead and set that on our autopilot for now.
Number 513 Tango Mike, your evac is
Good to go.
Number 2809 Kilo, radar contact, say altitude.
Switch over to tower.
Passing through 700, 2809 Kilo.
Nobody else here.
Iberia 347, SoCal, correction, contact Las Vegas.
Departure, Iberia 370.
Should have came over here, but that's alright. St. Louis Tower, Bonanza 576, Tango Bravo 29er at Alpha, ready to take off.
Santa Barbara Tower, Cirrus 848 Delta Echo, inbound on the ILS 07.
I like how you can hear that guy's
848 Delta
engine
Echo,
sound in the
7,
background. It's kind of cool.
Cleared to land, runway 7, 8 Delta Echo.
Number 57 Tango Bravo, San Luis Tower, runway 29er, line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 29576 Tango Bravo. Let's get that landing light that I always manage to forget. Check out the grooved runway.
66 is clear, 20 right.
Pretty big grooves. Either way. It's cool that it's depicted.
Gotham
Models.
66, taxi, parking by Alpha, monitor ground, have a going.
Good day, thanks, Gotham 66.
For 576 Tango Bravo, 29er cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 29er 576 Tango Bravo.
For 2809 equal contact, Santa Barbara departure.
Contact Santa Barbara departure, 2809 kilo.
Oops, getting a little squirrely here. 70 knots. Okay. Positive rate. And at this point, no more. No. There we go. No more usable runway at this point. So gear's coming up. Ah, yeah, that looks beautiful, huh? Okay, it's about 96.
For 576 Tango Bravo, taxi, Santa Barbara departure.
Santa Barbara departure, 576 Tango Bravo. Okay, let's just do this. Before we contact them, let's get the heading going. On the autopilot, let's get 25 inches of manifold pressure. Should have done that a little while ago. Put 2,500 RPMs here. I'm going to bring the engine sound down a little bit so that we can hear ATC better. Cruise time's looking good. A little bit fast, but we're okay. And what we want to do is do a right crosswind departure if possible. So let's switch over.
Okay, stand by. So
Let's just double check this. We don't need this anymore.
Fly heading 090 for now.
San Luis departure, rather Santa Barbara departure, and 576 Tango Bravo, 2,300 to 5,500, requesting a right crosswind VFR departure.
Says 090 kilo, fly heading 090 for now, maintain VFR. Cessna is a kilo, contact Santa Barbara Tower 119.7.
This might be one of the roads.
576 Tango Bravo. Santa Barbara departure, your radar contact. You're outside of the Delta airspace. You have no restrictions. You can do as you please.
Measure 576 Tango Bravo, thank you. Okay, so let's have a look.
Negative. Whoever that was, saying was that for? That was not for you.
Flying
November 92 X-ray cross.
300, so we're basically 290. We're heading up this way. We're going to begin a right turn. Keep an eye out for the. Congested area here. We're heading right now for the shoreline, so we don't want to keep going that way. We want to begin a right turn.
Alright, who was that calling? Was that, I think it was a something 90901?
So let's just turn us to the north for the time being. Okay, now here we can see some congested area here. Over here. This whole populated area, there's a road heading up past this populated area. So I'm going to keep the turn going for now. And based on this, right, there's this road that sort of heads back to the north. Let's have a look again. So here's the airport, right? There's the airport right there. And then the congested area, just airport, congested area, The road goes back above the airport and to the north. So, some kind of road going back. Let's go ahead and turn toward that area and see if we can identify it. So we're just going to sort of try to see. Here's a 2-lane road here. Maybe it goes to the north over here. We're going to see.
Group 7 Juliet Tango 7 maintain 6,000. Contact SoCal approach 134.9.
See, this looks like the highway here, cutting right through town. We're getting close to 5,500. Enjoying the fantastic view.
SoCal approach. I'll send
some traffic passing on.
2998.
Maybe this is the road that we're talking about here.
Sierra Lima, SoCal approach, clinch on request.
Here's the road coming through town.
991, didn't see an ident. Go ahead and ident for me. Cessna 991, radar contact, 15 miles west of Van Nuys, VR. You're heading to Santa Barbara.
Okay, level 5,500.
Roger. The Burbank altimeter is
2,300 RPMs. Reduce that engine down just a little bit more so we can hear ATC, okay? Alright, so here's our road that we're essentially going to follow out. Heading up that way. So let's go ahead and make that turn.
From Avalon Airport to San Diego.
Basically turning my heading bug to point right in the direction of that road.
4,000, expect 1,000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency, correction, that's 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 127.4, squawk 7131. Air 1 Sierra Lima reback correct, except
that is looking nice.
Frequency 127.40. That's correct. Hold for release, advise ready for departure.
Okay. Looking good. Now let's have a look at our
46 Papa Alpha 50 San Luis Airport. Direct
so
Bay, direct.
This road heads off to, well, hopefully we're following this road. I think we are. There's like some higher terrain over here. Let's see if we can see off to our right this Santa Lucia Lake.
Contact SoCal approach 134.2.
Here's the high terrain.
Do 157 to take us SoCal approach.
Maybe that's it right there. It's kind of thin, winds around, it's elongated.
Weather and approach request.
Let's have a look at the chart. Thin, elongated, right?
7 Juliet Tango, roger. Van Nuys Airport, 1 o'clock.
We'll call that
8 miles. Whiteman Airport.
Like we're looking for, and
1
then
to 2 o'clock.
continuing. We should see now another congested area. So we look out here, and I can see this congested area that we're heading toward.
Roger, overfly.
Getting some turbulence. We have to run the cruise checklist here. Hold on. Let's see. Cruise, cowl flaps closed. You can see how the temperature here. It's definitely cooling down since we're level. So we want to close those cowl flaps. I'm going to close them all the way. I'm going to do about 3/4. 23 inches of manifold pressure we wanted. Let's just go ahead and set that. I have the X52 throttle, so it's that little detent I have to play around with every once in a while. And then we're going to lean the mixture.
300 climb to 3,000.
So we're going to lean it until it peaks. Zoom in so you can see
Santa Barbara
that.
departure, radar contact, maintain 7,000.
Lean it until it peaks.
Well, I maintain 7,000 to a Yankee.
Nice and easy. It's peaked. It's now falling on the lean side. We're going to peak it back up and then have it fall about 100 degrees on the ridge side down to about 500 there. And now we're doing something like a best power mixture. And we're going to continue following this road. So let's go ahead and continue up that way. Alright. So let's see, did we finish everything? Let's see, we have cowl flaps closed.
447. So
Mixture. Switch fuel tanks every 20 minutes. So I'm going to use my clock on my throttle quadrant. And I just set that. So in 20 minutes we'll switch. Looking beautiful out there.
Let's
have a look from the outside.
Santa Monica Tower, 120.1, squawk VFR. Have a good day.
So zoom back a bit so it's not so loud. Wow.
Just a moment.
That's quite the beautiful
Pilatus 34 Yankee, turn left heading 130 when able to proceed direct San Marcos.
130 when able direct San Marcos.
Bear 347, contact Los Angeles Center 126.35.
Love how the color of the terrain changes.
Bear 347, Los Angeles Center, contact follow 260. Or 6 Pop Alpha, go ahead. Bear 46 Pop Alpha, cross Morbay 4000, clear VOR Alpha approach, circle runway 29er.
Okay, so let's jump back in for now. Actually, let's keep turning. It's just too nice not to look at. It's looking good.
Clips 31 Sierra Lima, SoCal approach.
Alright, so our road that we're following is still off to our left, which is a good sign. Looks like it's hooking back in this direction. Let's go ahead and see what's happening. We passed Salina, and then heading toward the north. So we're going to turn toward the north, and you can see how there's this Salina River. That's what that is. This is Atascadero. Maybe I got that right. So this Salina River follows through here. It's a thin blue line. And then there's another congested area, and Paso Robles. So let's go ahead and turn and follow the river. Here's the congested area.
Approach 213 for Yankee. Any chance we can get higher?
34 Yankee.
Okay, cool. Look at this. So we have our congested area.
We actually filed.
And these two black lines here are runways. Got some traffic out over here. So these look like runways that are diverging from one another.
So if you want to stay on the same route, we're not going to be able to go higher.
Let's double check something real quick.
If you want to go up, we'll have to do some amending.
And over here.
We can stay at 7,000. That's fine for Yankee.
I don't see anything resembling a closed runway. Closed taxiways, nothing closed runway.
27 Juliet Tango, contact Whiteman Tower 135.0.
Oh yeah, okay. So here's the runway. This is just a taxiway, and there's another runway going over this way. So we're doing it right.
Contact SoCal approach 119.6.
So we're going to turn and follow. There's some road we wanted to follow. Oh, yeah, it's going to be a small road to follow, but I think that's it right there. Let's see. Let's get rid of this window. Yeah, it's just south of the airport. It goes south, then it curves a little bit northerly, then it continues east. So here's the road here. coming out this way. Usually I'm always trying to pick off like a, you know, 2-lane highway, boulevard if possible type of road to follow, but
SoCal approach.
we don't have those available to us here, so
Advise you have Limburg weather altimeter 299 or 8.
we're going to have to go with something a little bit less prominent. So yeah, we can see how basically here's that road, then it bends upward and then continues eastward. No problem. Now you can see how this is the real airport runway and its taxiways. But then you see this random taxiway over here. So this is like a X-plane airport overlaid the texture. Nobody ever modified it or made it into like the real airport with its taxiways. So it's got the generic taxiway over there. So if you were to land at that airport and try to use their airport diagram and then the taxiways don't match, that's why. Golf course. I don't know if that's on the chart here. Sometimes it'll say golf course, but there is none over here.
Beria 347 cross Hector.
I guess there was no need to make reference to a golf course when you have an airport as a visual landmark. It's good enough.
Beria 347, you from Spain?
Okay, continuing straight along. This will be an interesting challenge.
Are you from Spain?
I don't usually follow these roads.
I was wondering about this. Iberia, they fly out of Spain, don't they?
Man, this is just gorgeous terrain. Not as hilly, but yet the texture
okay.
to the surface is so nice. Flat down here, you know, sort of bumpy. Different colors. Fantastic. What a view. See what the backseat passengers are seeing today. Yep, they're enjoying the view too. We got our faces planted against the window, enjoying this beautiful sunny day. Doesn't get any better than that.
Who's that calling left downwind for runway 18?
Okay. Let's make sure that we're still following our road now. We enjoy the view too much, and all of a sudden the road ends up under our nose. But yep, there it is, going straight out over here. So I'm going to just turn us a little bit to the right. That way we can keep that road out of our left window. And you can see this river that's following along here. Let's just go ahead and identify that. So here's the road. Here's the river. And then I guess a little sparsely populated town of Shannon. Maybe this black airport. And we could sort of bend up to the north a bit toward Cholame. Cholame? Okay, I won't even bother trying that one. So we're continuing straight ahead. So the elevation gets a little higher over here, so let's have a look again. So you can see how it's light green, relatively flat, and then you can see how it's starting to get higher elevation here. Even this area where it's like slightly a darker green will reflect that as well. So like that's basically where, let's go outside for a minute since we already passed it. How it's totally flat over here. This is the light green, and then this is like the next shade of green here. That's my interpretation, at least. And this is reflecting an area where it's getting a little bit tan. Now you can see over here, let's just sort of lean forward. You can see over here we have a
576 Tango Bravo, Santa Barbara approach. Are you wanting to fly following, and what are your intentions? I was told you were going to Agua Dulce, is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to Agua Dulce, and we're skimming the border of the PilotEdge coverage area, but we plan to stay into it. We're going to start heading south eastbound just a couple minutes.
Okay, I was wondering it's the other way around, but let me know when you make that turn to the southeast there.
Roger. Yeah, we're just enjoying the scenic route, and we'll give you a heads up. Thank you, 576 Tango Bravo. Okay, cool. So, the PilotEdge coverage area is basically like right the borders here. Anything north of that, with the exception of heading to San Francisco, like on an airway, is not covered at this time. So,
Air 6 Pop Alpha,
so we're kind of just going to go this way, back down. Oh, okay. So we wanted to. Oh yeah. Okay. So here's our highway.
Our 31 Sierra Lima radar contact.
We wanted to follow.
Approximately 4 miles east
Let's go and see what we have here. We have the highway that we're going to turn and follow.
Contact SoCal approach 128.1.
And then hook around, and hopefully we'll find this main road. It's going to come around it that way. So we're going to make this turn in a moment. It's just really cool stuff. It's like, looks like a dried river over here. So here's that higher terrain. Here's the highway.
Ready at
Some
347.
flatter terrain out there.
Radar contact lost.
Okay, so here's this road. Now this is a pretty high mountain comparatively. We're here, so I'm guessing that that's this 3,125-foot peak that we're now kind of heading toward. So as long as that is slightly... Yeah, if you follow the road, this should be off to our right, so watch this. We're going to turn toward this road.
Clips 31 Sierra Lima, SoCal approach, climb maintain 1000, E John Wayne altimeter 2996. JetBlue 447, fly heading 0.
There we go, so we're following our road.
Vector visual approach.
Peak is off to our right.
124.35.
Following this road, peak is off to the right. We're actually going to get pretty close to it before we make this turn. Didn't realize we were going to get that close to it, so. Looks like there's a split. Here's a road here, here's a road here. Let's see what's happening. Do we actually see that split? Yeah. Road coming up here, road coming down that way. We're going to continue past the split and turn just beyond it.
JetBlue 447, SoCal approach, set and maintain 5,000, airport 1 to 2 o'clock and 8 miles port in sight. JetBlue 447, cross the Mission Bay.
Looking at this little patch here beyond this elevated area.
5,000. Clear visual approach only 27.
I'm seeing this thing called Clome. Cholame. Cholami.
And JetBlue 447, is that instruction difficult to comply with? Okay, because like nobody gets it right, so I just trying to figure it out.
Okay, now should be about as heading a 105 according to what I plotted.
And once you're leaving, Roger, you like I said, everybody messes up, so you're not the only one. Don't feel bad.
Oh, look, here it is. Here's the road going just shy of the mountain. Let's go ahead and make that turn.
Or 1 Sierra Lima, the trick to it is if you want to start down now, just turn south, get below the radial, get south of the radial, or cross the radial, and then you can descend to whatever you want. But you just, as long as you have not crossed that radial yet, you have to stay at 5,000. And the reason for that is the Bravo airspace shelf. They want to keep you in the Bravo there.
Let's see how this is looking now. So here we have this road passing along here. That's interesting. Like a hey, this must be the water treatment plant. I didn't think we'd see anything resembling.
Yeah, when you dialed it in, at the moment they give that to you, it'll be off to your right.
Face out the window.
So you got to move to the right to cross.
Turn a little bit more to the right here. I wish I had spotted that graphic sooner. Check it out. says water treatment plant. That's probably it. Those ponds and that building on
That's
top of the hill.
JetBlue 447, 085 radio, it's a mile
Cool.
off your right.
Okay.
Number 92 X-ray contact Santa Maria Tower 118.3.
Over San Maria Tower at 118.3.
Air 465 Alpha contact San Luis Tower 124.0.
Okay, we're moving along here. Things looking good. Just enjoying the view up here. Good stuff indeed. Let's see, how are our instruments looking? Temperature, it's holding a solid right steady in the middle of the green here. Oil temperature's looking good. Pressure's looking good. About another 5 minutes, we're going to switch tanks. Let's check on the chart, see what's next. So we're basically flying along here. Eventually this road is going to turn to the left.
And number 31 Sierra Lima and JetBlue 447.
And what I'm looking
FYI,
forward
in case you're
to
curious, the trick to it
is
be when you get the visual approach clearance, you can break the heading. So if you technically, if you just wanted to fly right to the airport and join the pattern, you could.
Airport called Wonderful Pistachios and Almonds. I just love it. That's awesome. Private airport. Runway's 5,000 feet long. 617 foot elevation.
JetBlue 447, roger.
Anyway.
Air 1 Sierra Lima.
Now I don't know if that is just the name of the company that makes those pistachios, or does somebody just really like pistachios and they have an airport and they name it after that. I don't know.
If you turn south early and you start descending, or you get south of that radio, you can start descending earlier if you wanted to get down earlier.
So here's the turn in our highway. We're going to follow that. It's amazing how you can be flying along here in Southern California and it's so mountainous and all of a sudden it just flattens out like that.
Air 6 Tango Bravo, no need to report. You can contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
135.5, 576 Tango Bravo, thank you. 135.5. Los Angeles Center. Oh, we got some traffic straight ahead. Los Angeles Center. That's 576 Tango Bravo, level 5,500.
That's 576 Tango Bravo, Los Angeles Center, Bakersfield, altimeter 3009.
Bakersfield altimeter, thank you, 576 Tango Bravo. 009. There we go. Alright, so yeah, we're going to hang to the left. We'll let that airplane continue to pass a little bit. You can see the high terrain over here. Alright, and then down that way. And if we were to look at that real quick, basically what we're seeing is this.
JetBlue 447, Lindbergh Tower, 118.3. Have a good landing and good day. See ya.
See how we're in like the flatter green is what we're looking at, and then off to our right it starts to get elevated, so you can see the slightly darker green and then it becomes tan.
Say intentions.
So you got flat over here, then over here it starts to ramp up. Higher elevation.
Turn out 2 X-ray.
Well, we're turning down this way.
Roger, expect further clearance, 23, actually it'd be 0001, time now 2341 and 1/2.
Okay. Just about 20 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch our fuel tank to to the right main. Now this airplane, you don't have to turn the fuel pump on in order to do that. I made the mistake of doing that, and then I was at a low. Combined with a low, I turned on my... If you do a YouTube search for K... L... What is it? Long Beach. KLGB to KPSP, engine failure. You'll see a choice for the Bonanza flying on their IFR.
Bonanza 6 Tango Bravo traffic, 10 o'clock, 2 miles, same direction, altitude indicates 4,600. He's kind of meandering. Type unknown.
Roger, traffic in sight for 576 Tango Bravo, thank you. 10 o'clock, meandering traffic. Keep an eye on that plane. It's probably the same plane we just saw. Anyway, so if you do a search for that flight, you'll see, well, you'll see an interesting attempt at a taxi clearance readback from me. That went interesting, learning experience. And then I also had an engine failure on the final approach. And basically what happened was, we have an airport out there. Let's identify what that is in a second. So, yeah, basically what happened was, ended up making the mistake of turning the fuel pump on to switch fuel tanks and then forgetting. So because I forgot, the engine flooded. I pulled the power back, so you had the engine pump running at, you know, a high premium. Both pumps running, the engine-driven vacuum pump, engine-driven fuel pump, along with the electric auxiliary pump, flooded the engine. Engine died, and because I wasn't, you know, I have never simulated emergency procedures and explained so much, ended up not getting the relight on the engine, and we didn't make the run. Almost made the runway. So interesting learning experience. Let's see. Okay, so we are cruising along, and we're going to continue onward. We wanted to identify an airport off to our right with a runway. That might have been Elk Hills Button Willow. Oh, we never actually looked at. Hold on, let's do this. So that was Elk Hills, I think. And then we never really tried to spot Wonderful World of Pistachios or whatever it was called, but let's see, maybe this road going that way. Hey, maybe that's it. This strip here? I don't know. That might be the airport. And there's like this whole plant here. Does it run alongside a road? Let's see. Yeah. Here's the road. Here's the airport. There it is. And this is probably like the... Maybe that's the pistachio manufacturing plant. Here comes a road down this way. Let's see. It's kind of coming along. I think that's a road. It might be a river. You see some blue over here. Anyway. So let's look at front. So we still want to make sure that we're following our road, which was over here, right? So let's not wander too far off course from there. And then we're still seeing some...
Last 34 Yankee contact, point McGrew approach 124.7.
That might be that same airplane. River coming across this way. We have... Yeah, this is a pretty defined river here. We should see Lost Hills Airport. And then that's in the conjunction of Route 5. We're going to turn down Route 5. So let's see, we have here. And then we have the river. And then there should be a Lost Hills Airport. Maybe that's where this airplane is going. I don't know yet. And after the river, there's maybe this is Route 5. I can't tell yet. Sometimes when you're coming like at a perpendicular angle, it's tough to tell. Yeah. Here's the airport. We're going to see that clearer as we get closer. So this could be our Route 5. I don't know if that airplane's going to there though. So we're going to take Route 5 and head. Look at the difference between like the farmland of whatever they grow out here versus a higher elevation. such a sharp contrast. Pretty cool. River, airport, right here. And then this diagonal is Route 5. So we're going to turn like at the airport. Let's look at that airport again. It was called Lost Hills, Kern County. Alright, cool. So we've seen the wonderful world of pistachios and almonds. We are passing by Lost Kearns County. Lost Hills, Kern County. And then we're gonna, here's Route 5. Coming down this way. Heading on that way, so let's go ahead and make that turn. Let's check out our heading bug over here. Let's see if 120 puts us on the course we want. Let's see what our passenger is seeing. 120 looks decent. Cool. Just a little flyby.
Eclipse 10 Lima flight heading 090. Contact SoCal approach 124.35 back to for the approach.
Check it out from the other side. The further away you swing yourself on the flyby, it's kind of like it appears to go slower. There's like this random spot cam if you want to sort of just do like that.
Eclipse 310 Lima,
so stationary.
Number got submitted 299 expect fish approach runway, correction, localized runway 2.
That's the letters. I hit Shift 2 to do the spot view, then I hit C, and we just sort of stop. So that has weird applications I haven't really figured out yet, but it's pretty cool. And then if you swing by, Shift 2, and then hit the plus, you can zoom in on yourself as you're swinging by. That looks pretty neat too. Anyway, lots of cool views to play with the next plane. How's everything looking? Temperature's holding steady. Low pressure, low temperature, no problems. We're on the right fuel tank right now, so we should equalize to the left pretty soon. We still have another 13 minutes on that tank. Got some traffic up here. A little bit higher than us. Okay. So Bakersfield is like out in somewhere out that way. Guess. I've flown out of Bakersfield before. And the route that we're taking is going to blend us into a previous flight I did out of Bakersfield to Camarillo. I believe that was like PilotEdge flight number 2. Yeah, I think it's flight number 2. Pretty cool flight. So some of this route will be similar. Is that the airplane that we just saw? Descended down? Well, that seems like it's pretty far. No, that's the airplane that we just saw. It's somebody else. This guy's climbing, it looks like. Either that or just getting closer. Yeah, look at this. The terrain's just getting higher and higher. Okay, so let's have a look at the chart and what we're seeing. So we're coming down to Route 5. And we can look for Elk Hills, Buttonwillow, Lost Hills. So maybe we'll see this.
Flight 34 Yankee, contact SoCal approach
Substation.
134.2.
Okay. I'm not sure if we passed this. We're going to keep a lookout for this lake here. I don't think we passed the lake just yet. But we do have a river coming along the
2134 Yankee, SoCal approach,
hillside.
Burbank altimeter 29995.
Let's see. So that lake out here.
34 Yankee, are you in radio? Yeah,
There's like a few rivers, I guess. There was these two. And we'll keep an eye out. You can see these power lines over here, actually, in the photo texture. Now, if I had the processing power to turn on power lines, you would see these in 3D. It'd be pretty cool, but I'm running on an older machine, so that ain't happening. But we're still tracking Route 5 pretty well. We're at the point where the hills are kind of dropping off. So that would be like, maybe that's what I'm seeing over here. Maybe we could spot this Ford City, Taft Kern County. That would be like out over there somewhere. We're not there yet. Let's see if there's anything on the left side that we can try to identify. We won't see this, I don't think, because anything, like I said, that runs parallel, or when you look perpendicularly at something, if that's a word, perpendicularly, it's just harder to see than when it's coming straight at you. Because you're looking, when you look straight at something, you have that much more surface area to look at. When you're looking perpendicular, you only have this little width of pavement to see. And on a shallow angle, it's pretty challenging. And I'm sure that's like that in real life, but also in the digital representation, you're looking over less pixels, basically. So it's a relatively straight main road over here. And then it hooks a little bit to that way and straight. I don't know, let's see if we can...
34 Yankee.
Maybe that was this road here?
Right about now,
It could have been this one, it could have been that one. Could have been that one.
Approach runway 26 left, runway 26 right, and you.
None of them hooked to right that was depicted on here. Doesn't mean that those aren't it. It's just that it's not depicted. The hooking of the right road is not depicted.
It's going to be ILS of probably the left side there. That's 1 to Lima, turn right heading 220.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, 80901.
So you can see these two rivers here. This is actually a river as well, I believe.
SoCal approach. If you
with a road running next to it.
It's usually better.
No, I'm sorry, I'm wrong.
I didn't hear anything.
This is a 2-lane road with probably a grass median. That's my updated guess. And then here's the river. So you have these two rivers running together. Oh, and there's that lake.
0991. You know what happened? Something happened. You got disconnected or something. Your transponder changed at 1200, and I completely lost everything.
Here are like these two rivers coming together. Whoops. Oh.
Where are you at now?
Let's zoom back in. Okay, so two rivers coming into the lake. And what we're seeing is the drop off of this, I think. Drop off into the lake.
Alright, 80991, so make sure I understand. So since you landed at Santa Monica, you just departed again, and you want mini route?
The lake has a flat side, elongation coming around.
80991, you should have stayed with Santa Monica Tower.
So here's the flat side,
you need to be back with Santa Monica Tower, let them know
elongated,
you want to southbound there. They coordinate that with LA Tower.
another 5 minutes or so.
Clips 1 Sierra Lima.
So the tank switch, although I might let it run a little longer to balance it out. We drew a lot more tank off of We drew a lot more tank off of this fuel. We drew a lot more fuel off of this tank because we did the takeoff and the climb on it. And then once we were cruising, we leaned out. We used a little less, and then yeah, we've just been leaned mixture of cruise for a while in this tank, so that kind of makes sense. So we can see some mountains off of here. We can see some mountains in the haze over here. Let's have a look from the outside view, just to enjoy that for a little while. That's quite a nice view.
Eclipse 1 Sierra Lima, 3 miles from Vita. Maintain 4,000 until established. Published segment of the approach clear. Localize runway 27 approach.
That looks cool. The sun reflecting off of the water down here.
Tower yet, and turn 10 degrees right for wind correction on your intercept. Eclipse 1 Sierra Lima, if you're intercepting the localizer, disregard my instruction and fly the localizer. Your intercept heading looks a little steep. Yeah, you're doing fine. Just fly the localizer in the clear.
Very cool. Very nice. Oh, so we hit the letter C. All of a sudden, like it stops where you are. Airplane keeps going. Kind of neat. Whereas that's just shift 2. It puts you in a spot, but the camera tracks. Pretty quiet at the moment. Let's have a look at the PilotEdge coverage area map and see what's going on. Well, there's a lot of people on there. It's just we're in an area where it's quiet. Let's look us up on the list here.
Tower, you're wrong frequency.
576 Tango Bravo. And there we are. So when we get a frequency change to this area, we're probably going to hear more action. Could be that a group of people are flying off the network too. Let's have a look. See, these people are on PilotEdge network, so they can see each other, but they're flying outside the PilotEdge coverage area. Pretty neat feature that you can do at this time. At the time of this recording. I think that's going to change though when they expand their own coverage. And then you got a whole bunch of people, a whole group of guys that are adding to the list out here. Yeah. So they're doing some overseas flying. And they're utilizing the PilotEdge coverage area so you can actually see each other in the air when they get near each other or during their landings and takeoffs. Let's see. We got Wayne. There's Josh Gibbs. He does a lot of streaming, a lot of cool airline streams. on twitch.tv/JoshJGibbs. Definitely a prominent streamer in the community, and a really good guy. And a lot of fun watching his streams. It's like a party whenever you join there. So, he's got a whole group going on over there. But yeah, definitely plenty of action going on here. We're getting close to the hills. That's us. So let's go ahead and get back to our chart. And let's get back in the airplane. So we're coming up on the hills. I see some flashing red lights down low. And I've been out here before. Oops, we just lost them. They like went stealth on us or something. There's a VFR training route. VFR military training route, low altitude training route that shoots traffic back and forth up here. We might see some before as we cross here. Let's see. Okay, so we're at about the 20-minute point, and we're still showing more fuel in the right tank than the left. So I'm going to run at least another 10 minutes on this right tank before switching. Over here. So we're basically at the base of these higher elevation hills. What we're looking at is we're like entering this area, and you can see this VR 1262 gray route here. You'll see these. Anytime you see these on the PilotEdge coverage area, you'll see these planes running up and down here. It's pretty cool. And so you'll see them as like B-1 bombers or
what are your intentions there?
Fighter jets. Sometimes they're going in formation as groups. Pretty cool.
White following me?
See some buildings over here.
Plot 3-4 Yankee contact SoCal approach.
So we're coming down this way. You see this road over here.
Cessna 991, frequency exchange approach, squawk VFR.
Merging right in. Excuse me, and that's basically coming in over here. This might be a private airport that we're seeing over there.
190 unrestricted.
3,200-foot runway. So we're going to make a turn at the junction here and continue into these mountains. Right into here. Now this is going to get interesting once we get in there.
Expect LS runway 26 left approach, Ontario altimeter 2995.
Once we get in here, we're going to hang a turn to the left, then back to the right, then sharp left. We'll try and spot Quail Lake. I was able to spot that once before. It'll be 8,000-foot mountain, and we're at 5,500 feet. So in reality, if we were to fly through here, we'd probably do it at a higher altitude, but since we're in the safety of simulation, we'll enjoy the low altitude views of the terrain.
Code 31 Sierra Lima, taxi parking via Charlie Pass for the I-8. Good job. No problem, good luck on the minute.
So we said there's a private airport around here. Let's see. Just past south of the junction on the east side of the road, north of this river.
Turkey 836 Foxtrot
River,
Sierra,
north,
on
south side junction, east side. I have a feeling it might be this, and not
November
this developed
463.
area. You can see what looks like might be some.
Via Hotel Alpha, this frequency passed for the V1. Good job. See you.
I don't know. That might just be a court. Can't tell if that's a runway or not. But I could see this. Yeah, I think it is. I don't know. See like airplanes going out over here, turning around, taking off, landing. Might be. Of course, that might be a road.
Correction. Bonanza 6 Tango Bravo contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
LA Center 125.27, 576 Tango Bravo, thanks.
Surfer 165, contact SoCal departure. See you, have a good flight.
125.27.
Surfer 165, SoCal departure.
Alright, so now we're heading this way.
For 2134 Yankee, fly heading 080, just to maintain 5,000.
Okay,
Final.
it's going to be interesting. Los Angeles Center, Bonanza 576, Tango Bravo, level 5,500.
For 576 Bravo, Los Angeles Center, breaking result for 3009er.
Okay, 3009er. I have that here. So yeah, you can see how we're a little low. Anyway, here's that higher elevation mountain we were talking about, right? Yeah, that looks like it. So we're definitely glad we're VFR conditions. If we were IFR, you could bet we'd be on a route and much higher than this. But it does make for a nice view here.
For 765 Foxtrot Victor, Santa Monica Anchor to the Camera Airport, fly runway heading, so reaching the Los Angeles 310 degree radial. Then turn right heading 250. Radar vector Santa Monica VOR, Santa Monica November 36 tech route. Maintain 3000, expect 4000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.2, squawk 6253.
Might as well wave to the people hanging out on this road here. Practically at their level. Last time I flew through here at this altitude, there was also patchy clouds all over the place, basically like a scattered, at some points close to broken. Okay, we have a body of water over here. Right over here, and then the road turns to the right, so this is good to officially identify that. So we just hung to the left, and we're heading toward this patch of water. No particular name assigned to it. And then we're going to turn to the right. So there it is. There's that high elevation over there. So the road's going to hook off to the side here. Cool. And now we're going to hook back to the left. This is that 8,000 foot
Los Angeles Center 126.35
area. We're going to turn to the left and follow that. We're like slaloming through the hills here.
Southwest 1148 Los Angeles Center, the Burbank Bob Pope Airport, approach takes departure Hector transition, then it's filed. Climb via stage, squawk 6614.
We have another lake over here.
Southwest 1148, Los Angeles Center.
Let's go and quickly identify that lake. So now we're coming over this way. And this is... well, there's Quail Lake Airport, so I'm assuming that's Quail Lake. And Quail Lake Airport should be right near the end of the lake there. And the road goes back to the right. There's another road that goes back toward Quail Lake. Quail. Quail, kale.
Roughly 20 ready.
Some more power lines depicted along here. Good turbulence through here.
We're 836 Foxtrot Sierra, go ahead.
See the river coming in and out of here. Ah, and there's your airport right there. Quail Lake Airport.
836 Foxtrot Sierra on departure fighting 050, maintain
See how it
below
runs
3000.
in the same direction as the lake is elongated.
Squawk 5160.
What if any float planes ever take off and land out here? And we're going to turn to the right.
836 Foxtrot Sierra, read back correct.
There we go.
Right there, 991, downwind tower, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
So now it looks like our road is heading toward this other lake. So we've passed Quail Lake, we're heading south. And we should see another lake over here. What looks like these fingers, and the road passes to the east of it, to the left, from our vantage point. So
765 Fox Victor 10, I'm out of your runway 21, taxi via Bravo.
you can see the road over here. There's the lake. I don't know about a power plant off the nose there, though. Maybe this is it. Looks like concrete. Hope the passengers are feeling okay.
Right there, 991, down.
Tanks are about equal now.
Squawk 1440.
Good. Yeah, you can see how these lakes shoots off like that. Comes up like this. Comes up like that. Comes up like that, like these fingers. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna keep following that road.
426 here, Papa SoCal approach to San Diego Lindbergh Airport at Slough. Maintain 5000, departure frequency 127.4, squawk 7225. Number 26 here, Papa feedback correct, and now one will be ready for departure.
So we don't hear the other traffic because they're on other frequencies, but we are hearing a lot of
here,
control
Papa,
interaction.
ready for departure, just frequency.
Okay,
Right there,
so
991, we're radar contact 6 miles north of Donway Airport, contact
past the
Donway
lake.
Tower
Now we're
126.8.
basically heading. It's gonna be another lake called Castiac Lake.
For 2134 Yankee,
I
turn
said
left
that
heading
right.
290.
This also has sort of like a finger-like appearance. It's like a pair of wings, a bird
Area
flapping.
347, contacts Los Angeles Center 133.55.
And we're gonna continue past that. This might be it over here.
Area 347, Los Angeles Center coming in
And then maybe
60.
coming up the other side of that ridge, that mountain, or higher elevation terrain, this mountainous area. And we're kind of picking
Right there,
that off
991,
because
Donway
after we
Tower,
pass
Victor,
that, we
Donway
should see
20,
this really
20,
congested
20.
area. And then we're going to hang to the left. Now the elevation at Agua Dulce is
For
2,660 feet.
2134 Yankee, 10 miles from Pettis.
Fly heading 290 to the
Runway
4,000 till step at number
22 is right pattern traffic.
Left of brakes.
Let's see, it looks like, let me refresh this page here. Looks like Palmdale has winds are 290, so they're definitely using their westerly runways. Whiteman has 100, 1006. So it looks like we're not going to go. I think we're going to go off of. End up using runway 2.
Bravo contact SoCal approach 134.2.
134.2, 576 Tango Bravo. 134.2. So runway 22 has right pattern traffic, so you have to keep that in mind. Okay, 134.2. SoCal approach, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, level 5,500.
For 576 Tango Bravo SoCal approach, Burbank altimeter 29905.
2995, 576 Tango Bravo, 2995, wow. Sometimes that gets a little temperamental. Right now, the common traffic advisory frequency, 122.8. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Okay. All right, now, so we passed. Let's make sure we're still on the right track here. So here's the lake. Here's the river coming out of it. Here's the road. Here is the road continuing along. Let's see that river. Let's see what we're doing here. Lake, river, road. Worst case scenario, if I end up down over here south, I can cut back up and follow this road up here. That'll take me right up. It's a higher ramping up elevation as we get close to there, so.
165, contact SoCal approach on 135.4.
We are very congested over here. Let me get rid of this radio. Road coming down. Road coming across. See this river. There. So if I were to guess, I would think that that river is maybe this one. Coming up that way. Out of the hills.
Surveyor 165, SoCal approach. Good afternoon.
I'm going to leave
Ontario
this altitude.
2995.
I want to start getting down to 3,500. Wait, hold on. Traffic pattern altitude at this airport is 3,600. I'm going to leave, get down to 4,000.
Number 21348, contact Ontario Tower on frequency 120.6.
I'm going to get down to 3,600. SoCal approach, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, leaving 5,500 for 3,600. Okay, returning now to the left.
576 Tango Bravo, roger.
Okay, so we have the road coming into the pass over here. We have another road coming to the pass over here. We have the congested area over here. We have this river that runs back up this way. And let's see, I have this road heading up into the hills that way, so I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy at the moment. Let's just double check our cruise. We want descent checklist, altimeter set, cowl flaps closed. Well, they're halfway closed. Temperature's looking good. Power. Let's see, the speed's doing good as we're descending. Let's back down toward idle. Make sure we'll enrich it as we go. Let's go ahead and switch equal fuel tanks right now. Just going to hold it there for now. I'm going to follow this road up here. And up that way. Staying to the... No, I'm not having a warm, fuzzy feeling about this at the moment. Let's go back over to here. Let's switch over to the TAC chart. So we had the... Yeah, this road sprouting off of here. This is the large river coming off. We want to follow up this way. Props 2500. Some congested area up here. That might be this here. Make that turn. Head over this way and up that way. Keep an eye out over here for the airport. Make sure we didn't miss it.
576 Tango Bravo, the field at your 12 to 1 o'clock at 7 miles. Report when you have it in sight.
Roger, we'll report in sight. Thanks for the point out. Appreciate it. 576 Tango Bravo. Okay, so we're 1,000 feet above airport elevation. It's going to be up here. This is definitely a tough one. Might be that. Not sure yet. Let's see, here's more congested area. This might be it right there. Double check that traffic pattern altitude. $3,600. It's over here. SoCal approach, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo. We believe we have the airport in sight. If you could just verify we're heading right for it.
Air 576 Tango Bravo, the airport is at your 12 o'clock and 5 miles.
Roger, airport in sight, 576 Tango Bravo. Thanks for all your help.
Number 576 Tango Bravo, radar services terminated. Squawk VFR, frequency change approved. Have a good night.
Squawk VFR for this change. Brew 576. Thank you. Have a good night. Okay, so we got 1200.
Southwest 1148, longest departure. Radar contact. Climb maintain flight level 190.
Frequency change. Agua Dulce traffic, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, entering the right downwind, runway 22. Okay, cross full forward. Mixture full rich. All pods off. 3,600. I'm going to maintain about 105 for now. Being adjusted. Yeah, I can't believe we found it. That was pretty disorienting for a few minutes. This is the nice thing about flight following. Giving you that point out. I don't know if you'd call that a point out on the pilot side of things. It's also a term used in air traffic control, I believe. Still at 3,600. I'm going to branch off a little bit to the left. We've got to watch the terrain off over here. It's pretty high up. That's the other challenging aspect of this airport. Let's see, how's our altitude? You're flying, your downwind takes you into rising terrain. Hit that mountain, obviously. Alright, so we're going to now turn to a heading of 22 minus 90 is 130, 130. Agua Dulce traffic, Bonanza 576 Tango Bravo, right base, runway 22. Gears down. Let's descend a little bit, pull the power back. There's the runway. Let's pull the power back some more. Flaps 15. Agua Dulce traffic, turning final, runway 22. Full flaps. It's the other challenge. Turn base right into a hill. Out. A little bit of a steep approach here. It's a narrow runway, so the flare interpretation can be a little challenging. That's my disclaimer for a hard landing at this airport. Oof. Damn. That was pretty good until the end there. We'll take this all the way down to the end. Pretty nicely made airport. I'm going to pull off to the end and over to those hangars over there. I don't know when this airport was made, because some of the taxiways don't line up perfectly anymore. At least I'm not sure what the issue is, so, but can't complain. At least there's some cool buildings here. Okay, let's just go ahead and lock this brake for now. Cool. Let's just get this back. We're at 1,000. After landing check. Okay, after landing and taxi lights is required. We're just going to shut those off. We also don't need the strobes anymore, or the nav. Flaps up. Trim set to 0. I'm kind of bummed out about that hard landing, but like I said, I got to practice those narrow runway approaches. We'll watch the replay a couple of times together, and I'll explain some of the challenges you can get in X-Plane when you're trying to land at runways that you're not used to. Let's see, cowl flaps are open, keep it cool. Trim tab set to 0. Alright, cool. Let's just go ahead and roll back over here. So I'm used to flying into and out of controlled airports, which typically have wider runways. And actually, it's interesting when you read up on the visual illusions that pilots face in real life. If you're in certain runways that you're not actually used to, can throw you a little bit on when you flare. Just going to lock the brake. And how you end up landing anyway. So this kind of applies here. But we'll also see an added challenge in this particular simulation. So we'll do the first replay from within
disconnected.
The airplane. All right. Let's go ahead. All right. I'll hit play. We'll fast forward a little bit. So yeah, you got the airport off to the right. You got this high terrain over here. We did a pretty good job holding our traffic pattern altitude and being mindful of this terrain. Now the other thing too was that we're flying into high terrain, so you can only go so far at this altitude on your downwind. And then the other thing that we mentioned is turning base, you're turning right into a hillside, so that was pretty cool. So see, the first time I flew into this airport, I overshot the final as well, and really kind of came close to that hillside on the base leg. So here we made our turn. And you can see how we're going to fly right toward that hillside there. So some airports will use, even if they're customized, they'll still use the standard runway textures supplied by X-Plane. Whereas other ones, if they have access to more realistic runway textures for that airport, they'll swap them out for something that's more appropriate of the size of the runway. Now, if we were to look at this runway, what we'll do is we'll pause it right there for a moment. Let's go ahead and pause that. Right about, well, I'll let it come in a little bit more. Okay. Let's have a quick look at the airport facility directory page for this airport. We'll zoom in. And here it is, Agua Dulce, and you can see how it says that the runway 422, is 50 feet wide. Alright, it's 50 feet wide by 4,600 feet long. And when you look at this runway here, I'm going to sort of actually zoom in on it, binocular view. It has depicted a runway threshold and these 1,000-foot aiming points. Now, the problem with X-Plane's runway textures, the way X-Plane lays out their actual runway textures, is that this 1,000-foot aiming point is skewed. It never is actually 1,000 feet down the runway, rarely, unless you have it like a specific width and length runway. The placement of that point is off. And then these bars, you wouldn't see, I don't think, at least this number of bars necessarily on such a narrow runway, 50 feet wide. So that can definitely throw you if you're used to landing, let's say, 100 foot wide runway or 150 feet wide. You're flare point, it looks like you're already high. So narrow runways can give the pilot a visual illusion that they're too high, which could then delay their flare as well as cause them to fly an abnormally low approach. So definitely something that if you find yourself at narrow runway airport not used to, or the other way around, maybe you fly into little airports and you go to a big airport and you flare way too soon. So that can screw you up too. So I kind of was trying to find my flare. It wasn't terrible landing, but it's under 300 feet per minute. But either way, we'll watch this once from the outside. And then we'll shut it on down. Definitely happy with the flight though overall. Saw some cool stuff. Had some good ATC interaction. Here we are turning to final. Steep approach. Power's pulled out at this point. And then I anticipated the narrow runway, so I think I flared a little too soon. Kind of stalled it at the very end. So, definitely a cool airport to fly into. I definitely highly recommend it. And very enjoyable. So, cool stuff. Let's go ahead and zoom on in to where we are. And we're going to shut down at this point, so let's go ahead and work it. Shut down. We have our brakes are set. Okay, locked brakes. Whoops. Electrical equipment coming off. Shutting off our transponder. Throttle close. Mixture. Idle cutoff. There we go. Magneto start switches are off. Lights off. Battery and alternator. And we'll go ahead and put the wheel chocks in. Perfect timing, as you can hear in the background. The sounds of utensils being moved around because dinner is being made. I'm psyched. Not like landing and going to eat some dinner. Alright, so we'll just put our tie downs on. Pita 2 cover. Chocks. And cover. Chocks again. Tie down. Good there. And we are good there. So there we go. Another fun flight in the Carinata version of the Beechcraft Bonanza with our Simcoda Reality Expansion Pack. Good stuff. So if you guys enjoyed it, feel free to leave any comments, corrections, advice, and questions. And we'll see you guys on the next flight. All right. Definitely check out flying into this airport. It's definitely a pretty sweet little airport to fly into. These non-towered airports can be a lot of fun as well. So, all right, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Take it easy.